If you've recently been laid off and you're over 50, the average job search is getting longer and longer. In fact, it's about 10, 11, or 12 months. But don't worry about it. I've been laid off. I've got this whole thing down to a science. I've got a strategy for you and put you 10 steps ahead of where you otherwise would be. So there are part time jobs that are hiring right now that offer full health benefits, and that is key. Like I said, you do not want to be paying COBRA. I was paying as much as $1,100 a month. So my strategy, you're going to put it in place, is going to protect your finances, allow you to interview and upskill. This is a bridge plan while you work, have income coming in, and have those health benefits. Now, the top five, I have my top five, and I've done the research. These are companies that are happening right now, are Apple, UPS, Randstad, Costco, and REI. There's actually a few more, but let's get into it. Yes. Now, Apple is my absolute number one choice for many reasons. First of all, I think Apple is a great company. I think it keeps you in the game, especially if you've come from tech. Having Apple on your resume, even working on the floor, is a great thing. But let's look at what they offer and that they're hiring right now. And I'm just going to share a little bit with you. You guys know how to do this, but I think it will be helpful just to show you. These are open roles right outside of Chicago. So we've got Lincoln Park, Michigan Avenue, and Deer Park, etc. But the key is pay and benefits. Now, they offer like 10 or 20, 23 to 29.99 an hour based on your skills. And if you guys are coming from tech and you can talk the talk with Apple, I think, 23 bucks an hour is really pretty good, but you're also getting benefits. You're not just getting benefits. I think the Apple benefits are better than, by and large, probably what you had at your old job. And so I verified that with uh Glassdoor review from an anonymous. This is October 10th, 2025. Anonymous specialist, great benefits package, even for part-time employees. So that is my number one choice. I highly recommend going to Apple. I applied to Apple when I was unemployed before. And you know what? I still would go to Apple. I would still take that part-time job. I think it's a great choice. But let's move on and go to the next one. The next one is UPS. The reason why I like UPS is because my understanding is that they are actually very friendly to, older workers and things like that, and they do offer the benefits. I'm not 100% sure of the eligibility time frame, but it's definitely worth looking into. In fact, I recently saw an interview. I do think that they're part of the Teamsters or part of the union or what have you, but that is one reason why they offer such great benefits. And then there's a lot of different places you can go with UPS. And who knows what will end up happening if you decide to go back into your old role or whatever. But here's a real job, part-time feeder supervisor. What I think is very important about this is that, it's like review driver's hours, compliance, not anything highly specialized. And the qualifications. I mean, look at the qualifications. You guys have this bachelor's degree, ability to lift 70 pounds, ability to work flexible shift hours, strong oral, written, and communication skills. You guys can do it. Microsoft Office. All of us white collar workers know our way around Microsoft Office. So I think for that reason, UPS is highly worth looking into. Now, I want to pivot to something else because I do realize that while I have suggested the first two, that those are physically, have a physical component to it. And, that might be a consideration for some. But don't worry about it. I've got you covered. I've got you covered. And your other option that I think you should look into is another company, Randstad. And Randstad offers employee benefits for part-time and temporary employees, which is huge. It's kind of like a temp agency. So this is a really, really good option if you don't want to do like the physical stuff of working on the floor at Apple or what have you. And I actually looked up a job hiring right now, and let me share that with you because I think that this might be a really good option for somebody. This was posted, so we've got $17.50 to per hour, and this is experienced call center professional. This was posted 2 days ago. So today is November 2nd. Again, they're hiring right now, not physical. I think you could do this remote, and this may be a really, really good choice. Heads up or hat tip, hot take, whatever you want to call it. When I was interviewing before, when I was laid off for 7 months, Randstad actually approached me for a legit full-time job in digital transformation in the space that I'm actually in. And I actually knew somebody who got the job at Randstad. She was a former coworker of mine at another big, big, huge company. So they have legit jobs too. I highly recommend getting connected with Randstad, looking into Randstad. I think it's a good option. They actually have very nice recruiters too. The recruiter lady at Randstad gave me a lot of coaching on my resume. Very, very kind. And I have really great things. I do have personal experience with Randstad. So I do wanna, highly suggest that one to you. Now, the other one that I think is great is Costco, and I did verify this too. Of course, we've all heard great things about Costco. They, again, are friendly to older workers. I do think that there's a warehouse component, but they do offer benefits, and I think their benefits are supposed to be really good as well for part-time workers, so Costco is something else that you can, consider. And I did verify this. Okay, so let me share this tab with you. I saw this on Reddit. This is about a Costco job. Hello, I'm a part timer. Finished my 30-day review today so I can answer some of your questions. For your health care, you have to get past 90 days. So, okay, you've got a little bit of a eligibility, situation there, but if you can negotiate a good severance package with your layoff, maybe you can get 3 months, 6 months, or whatever covered, or just minimize those COBRA payments as much as possible and get to a place like Costco. So that is just my choice number 4 for everybody. And then the last one that I want to share is REI. And I've heard great things about REI as well. Oh, actually, I also wanted to share this with you, 5 big perks of working for Costco. This was an article in 2024. Full Costco benefits for part-timers. Career development. It's a good choice. Look into it. Anyway, let's get over to REI. So, REI offers me share that. REI offers part-time employees health insurance, dental, and a 401k plan. That's awesome. The only general requirement is 20 hours per week for over a year, blah, 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 whatever. But REI is something else that you consider. I think there's a lot of stores all over the place. They sound like a fun company, and they are also hiring right now. So I wanted to surface that and suggest that to you. Anyway, the bottom line is it's just temporary. It's just a bridge. You're gonna get a new job, but it's something that I did not get my head around until I was unemployed for 7 months. And like I said, I paid $1,100, I think 3 or 4 months going for my health insurance. And I had to dig into my savings and things like that. I ended up okay, but if we're older, if you're going for a management job, I've seen others be out of work for well over a year. And so I just wanted to prepare you. The strategy is just accept it, get on this right now, and really minimize your financial collateral during this time of unemployment. You're going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. Anyway, actionable, action, action, action. Good luck, everybody.